What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Late, and I'm back with another video. Today we finna be reacting to the saddest story in hip hop this year. You know, I seen this video is made by Blackie Speaks. It caught my eye, so we're just gonna react to it today. Hope y'all like, comment, subscribe, and let's get straight to it.
And his 5-year-old daughter were murdered at a car wash in the Fort Worth suburb of Forest Hill.
What? Oh my God! Off the back with it? Oh my goodness!
Appears to be a targeted shooting, and police
so
are looking
sad.
for 2 gunmen. Dozens of evidence markers show where the gunfire erupted today at the car wash on I-20 at Forest Hill Drive. A 30-year-old rapper and his young daughter were both killed.
The good kid, y'all. He didn't bother nobody. He did.
Now, the violence in hip-hop is definitely getting out of hand. Yesterday, a very tragic story broke involving a 30-year-old rapper from Texas named Get Money Lil Rodney. Rodney was shot and killed at a Fort Worth car wash in broad daylight, and what makes this even worse is that his 5-year-old daughter was killed alongside him. This story has been making national headlines over the last 48 hours, and honestly, it's not hard to see why. We often hear about rappers losing their lives, but this one is really different. And in this video, I want to have a serious conversation about the topic at hand. When I first saw the headlines, I had to read it twice. A rapper getting killed is unfortunately nothing new, but the fact that a 5-year-old girl was caught in the middle of it, that just makes it even more heartbreaking. I think this might be one of the most gut-wrenching stories coming out of hip-hop in a while. It's the kind of tragedy that just sticks with you, because at the end of the day, this wasn't just about rap. It was about a father and his child taken way too soon. Get Money Lil Rodney wasn't looking for any trouble. He was literally just cleaning his car at a car wash with his daughter when 2 men pulled up, got out, and started shooting. The fact that they didn't care who was there, that's a different level of evil. And the craziest part,
like,
this
people
wasn't
just go hopping out, just shooting like rappers, bro. That's it, bro. Like, they don't even take just shooting at them. This is getting sick out here, bro.
Police believe this was a targeted hit, so whoever did this knew exactly who they were going after, and they still didn't think twice about firing with a child standing right there. That just goes to show you how reckless and cold-hearted some people are when it comes to taking a life. The little girl had just celebrated her 5th birthday the day before this happened, probably still full of excitement from her special day, and now she's gone. At some point, you gotta ask, where does this cycle end? It's one thing when grown men get caught up in street politics, but when kids start losing their lives because of it, that's when you realize this has gone way too far. I want to go through this Fox 4 News article that lays out the full details of what happened so we can get a clearer picture of this tragedy. Rapper Get Money Lil Rodney, his 5-year-old daughter killed in Forest Hill car wash shooting, family says.
That's crazy.
Forest Hill police say a 30-year-old man and a 5-year-old girl were in a bay at the car wash when 2 men got out of a 4-door Kia and shot them before getting away. Officers who responded tried to save the 2 shooting victims, but they were pronounced dead at the scene. Sky 4 video shows a dozen of evidence markers around a maroon Challenger. Police say one of the suspects has been identified, and a warrant for their arrest was issued. However, the police department said it is not ready to release the suspect's name. Additional police officers were called in to help with crowd control because of the number.
Like, bro, when is it really gonna end, bro? Like, we're all black, bro. We're just killing each other left and right. No remorse for human life. Like, when does it end, bro? Like, it gets to a point where, like, you're shooting kids now, bro.
People who showed up at the scene after the shooting.
Like, that shit don't make sense to me, bro. Like, you hop out the V, you look at the kid, and you still shoot both of them. How heartless, you're a demon.
Whoa, just a second there, cowboy. Let me tell you something. 20.
Police believe it was a targeted shooting. While police have not identified the victims, a family member at the scene told Fox 4 the victims were Chucky Smith and his 5-year-old daughter. He was a rapper. He didn't bother nobody. He didn't target nobody. He was a family man, and he was going around rapping, okay? Why would they target him? Said Stella Houston, the victim's aunt. Houston says the little girl just celebrated her birthday on Sunday, cleaning the car out, and somebody came through, shooting and killed him and a baby. His baby. A baby. Becky Johnson lives across the street from the car wash. She heard multiple rounds of gunfire from inside her home. 6 the first time, she's talking about gunshots, and then it was half a second, and I heard 6 more. Then seconds later, I heard 3, she recalled. Johnson says she was startled by what she says sounded like back-to-back gunfire. I could see people fleeing for their cars, she said. Johnson was watching customers take cover behind their vehicles. The car wash sent out a statement saying it's working to assist police and will remain closed for at least the next 2 days. Forest Hill police say this marks the city's 4th and 5th murder so far this year, compared to 0 in 2024.
Damn.
In February, 2 people were killed at a car dealership. A woman in a separate incident was killed by a stray bullet in her backyard. Honestly, guys, this story definitely, I don't really know what way to put it, honestly. Usually when you hear these stories of a rapper getting taken out way too soon in hip-hop, the majority of those stories happen in a bubble, meaning it's one person that ends up getting taken out. We've all heard about the countless of stories in hip-hop involving rappers getting brutally gunned down, and a lot of these stories have been so tragic. Now, the majority of them have involved rappers getting shot and killed, but we've of course also covered a lot of deaths involving rappers overdosing. So you hear these stories and they happen in a bubble. Obviously, it's very tragic that they happen, but then again, on the quote-unquote bright side, even though there's no real bright side of someone passing away and getting killed, right? It's happening in a bubble. But for this particular story, we have a 5-year-old little girl who ended up getting shot and killed alongside her father. Usually I'm kind of, able to like brush off a lot of these stories, but I'll be honest with you guys, like I heard about this story, like my body just, I was so tense, I couldn't really even believe what I was seeing. Hearing this was truly heartbreaking. I don't really know what to tell you. The fact that we have little children, a 5-year-old girl got gunned down in this brutal of a fashion. What is this street code they all keep on talking about? Because obviously it doesn't really exist.
Indeed,
and
bro.
I don't want to speak too much about...
It's these new YNs, bro. They're just out of control for no reason, bro. They're just killing kids off the back, hurting moms, like disrespecting the parents and not the actual person, bro. Not just the actual person, bro. Like, this shit really getting out of hand, bro.
Get Money Lil Rodney, because I don't really know his story. This was actually the first time I had heard about him. Apparently he was on tour with Soulja Boy at one point. Apparently he was really big in Fort Worth, which is in Texas, right? And it wouldn't really be too crazy that I haven't heard about him, because I've noticed that a lot of rappers from Texas, whether it be Dallas or Houston, when they're really big in those cities, they're kind of almost in their own world. It did seem like he kind of had some momentum in his own little world, and I'm sure he would have been very successful going into the future. Obviously now this happened, so this is where his story ends. But guys, this should be proof that the so-called streets that a lot of rappers talk about is played out. It's simple.
Facts.
Gang violence is never going to be contained within its own world. That's just not possible. At a certain point, it does seep itself into the community. And what ends up happening is innocent people get caught up in the middle. I just hate how children have to be caught up in this BS, man. Now, this situation, I don't want to speak prematurely, but usually this is either someone who's very jealous of the man's, the young man's, he was young, right? He was only 30 years old, Lil Rodney's success, or it could be a street beef. I don't really know too much about the street politics, so I'm not going to talk about that. For me, my main concern here is just that children shouldn't be caught in the middle of it. If y'all got some shit going on, I get it, but don't kill the children when you're trying to get to the person you got an issue with in the streets. And like I said before, it's like this quote-unquote street code doesn't exist, because y'all kill anybody who moves. That shit doesn't exist. Because if that existed, you guys would actually have enough constraint to not kill children. If you want to get to somebody and cause harm onto them, that is your issue. That's an issue between you and that person.
Facts.
Children should never be hurt. The glorification of this shit has taken so many lives, it's crazy. And sometimes I wonder, is it ever gonna end? It seems like this violence just keeps on getting worse and worse. Even though morals has never truly existed in the streets, there was a time when they were mostly only killing each other.
Yeah.
But as time goes on, more innocent people get caught up in the middle of it. And you know why I think that is because a lot of these young boys, towing these guns, first of all, they got zero discipline. They come from a background of no structure, probably didn't have a father in their life.
Facts.
They were raised by the streets. Growing up, they probably looked up to the dope dealers and, the rappers talking about this shit. And now they get a chance to prove themselves in the streets, right? And so they pick up a gun, start stalking their, ops. And as soon as they see him, boom, 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 boom. Just like that. They don't care who's in the car. They don't care who's in the vicinity. They don't care if there's an old lady right behind that car, walking her dog, with her children, whatever. They don't care. All they care about is just shooting. No discipline. No thoughts pop up of the consequences that's gonna follow them when they take those shots. This is the kind of shit I hate seeing. I hate seeing babies getting caught up in the middle of y'all bullshit. I hate seeing innocent people getting killed because you guys have issues. And I'm not insinuating Lil Rodney was in the streets. I don't really know, right? But what I do know is that he did rap about the streets in his music. And so what comes with doing that is you place yourself in that automatically by default because you're rapping about it. Because you're talking about the lifestyle, you're now a part of that. Again, his family's grieving right now. Truly, my heart goes out to them.
Indeed.
I'm just trying to speak on.
To be honest, bro, this really is a sad situation, bro. You really gotta keep the kids out of situations like this, bro. Like, you're just gunning people down for no reason, plain day, doing that. Like, come on, bro. You gotta be like some type of demon, not in this dimension. But, you know, if y'all like this reaction, you know, I hope y'all like, comment, subscribe. You know, this is a very sad situation. This is my other channel right here. You feel me? And y'all catch y'all next time.